Hey everybody, this is Warchild. This is my first video for YouTube. This is actually my first vehicle I've made for Warhammer 40k. Actually, it's the first vehicle I've done for anything. I've been into 40k for a while, mainly just the literature, and several years ago I tried to do some figures and stuff, but never really took off. But recently I just got back into it and seem to enjoy doing the vehicles at the moment more than the figures. So this is my first attempt here. This is a Land Raider. It's for the Dark Angels chapter. Actually, everything I've done on this is really picked up from mostly from other videos on YouTube, as well as some books and other areas. But this is my first attempt here. I got a little bit of everything on here. I actually attempted to do the magnetizing. I'm waiting for some larger magnets to come in right now. I've just got a couple of small ones, but once that's done, those should be on there pretty good. Still have a little bit of work to do on the interior of the piece here. Some little touch-ups to do. I'm probably about 90% done with this. Still have a couple of colors to add and some weathering effects to put in here. I'm particularly happy with the weathering effects on the tracks themselves. They came out pretty good. Gave it a nice rusty used look. Some of the exhaust marking up the side there. Let's see what else. Still have to put the doors on. Did some work on the steps there to make them look like they were well used. Right now they're just blue tacked on, but still trying to figure out what the best way to put these on is so they'll actually open but be on there permanently. I don't know if there's some kind of hinge or something you can put on there. If you have any ideas, throw them in the comments. I'd love to hear what other people are doing. Like I said, this is my first attempt here, so I'm sure there's things I could have done differently or better. The doors do close. I was actually happy about that. I was kind of worried that wasn't going to work at first. As far as the inside goes, actually I don't know how well this is going to show up on YouTube, but with the video here, but the weathering actually came out pretty decently, I thought, on the interior. Again, still a little bit of work to do on the upper door there, but inside, let me see if I can put some light in here for you. The inside, again, I don't know how good this is going to come out on video, but the deck, again, wanted to give it that kind of dirty, used look, you know, white chipped interior. The engine came out pretty good, I thought, for my first attempt here, and hopefully you'll be able to see some of that detail. As far as the panel on the side, let me open the doors here, see if we can see that. Again, I was pretty pleased. Again, there's definitely things I would do different next time, but you know, for a first attempt, I was pretty happy with the controls. Again, kind of try to give it a little radar look there on the circular thing, and with the other screens, some of them mainly just showing whether it's black and white or green and white static. I'm not quite artistic enough to throw any images on there. I'm sure other people are much better at that than I am. Honestly, I don't have much of an artistic background whatsoever. Actually, none, to be quite honest about it. So, let's see, some of the other things I have left to do. Again, I got some damage on here that I still have to touch up some. Some of the bullets and stuff. And on the side panel that I have to put on, I have some claw marks that I've got to finish putting the details into. Got to touch up a little bit around the skull icon and stuff as well. But again, overall, I've been pretty pleased with the turnout. Again, for a first vehicle, I'm pretty happy with it. I think the next thing I'm going to be attempting, and I think what I'll actually do on the next vehicle, is try and start it from the get-go. So rather than showing you something that's almost complete, kind of walk through my process step by step. And there's a little more damage there that I have to continue working on. Again, some of the other areas Again, damage areas is mainly what I'm looking to finish up now, and probably do a little more work on the engine in the back. But as I was saying, for the next project, actually I'm going to be working on is a Bane blade. And I'll probably film that in several segments, just kind of showing from stage to stage what I'm doing, starting out with everything right from assembly to priming, and that'll end up being an Imperial Guard vehicle, obviously. And I'm intending to throw some good camo pattern on there, but again, we'll see how that goes. I mean, I've actually got the airbrush, and I've only been using an airbrush for about a month now. There's the Awada power supply. It's the actual airbrush is a Velocity. Again, picked those tips up mainly from WG Consortium, and awesome paint job. Those guys have great tutorials on those. I would definitely give them a shout out, and say if you want to pick up some tips and stuff, check those guys out. They've got some great videos out there, and I learned a lot from those. I guess the biggest thing, my complaint on this so far, is my base coat. I didn't use an airbrush for the base coat. I actually used the Citadel spray can, which, okay, obviously that was probably problem number one. But for the Bane blade, I'm going to be using an airbrush pretty much exclusively for all of the painting, except obviously for details I'll use the paintbrush if necessary. But again, for all of the base coating and everything like that, in priming, I plan to use the airbrush, so we'll see how that comes out. So anyway, that was just wanted to get kind of an introductory video out there, kind of give you a preview of what I've done. I'm going to be, I guess for this, you're going to be joining me kind of from my beginnings and working on the models and stuff, so I'm sure we'll hopefully have improvements as we go along. But again, for a first try, I've been pretty happy with this, and we'll see how it goes with the Bane blade. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.